But fortunately for us, being remote allowed us to scale more so of your time than being kind of in person, right? So that's how I would work, right? I would always charge a high fee and high rate. The reason I was able to charge a high fee and high rate was because I had the Google experience. I also have a master's from UCLA Anderson. So by being kind of highly sought after, by being associated with these institutions like Google, like UCLA, I was able to charge much higher, right? There is a fascinating thing with marketing is that if you're starting out and you don't have much experience, you need to hitch your sail onto a boat that is much bigger and has done well. For me, that was UCLA, the #1 public school in the world. That was Google, one of the most sought after companies in the world, especially probably the most dominant search engine in the world, right? So I always hitched my sail to something I felt was more successful. By doing that, I was able to get credibility, right? They saw that it's not easy getting to UCLA. It's not easy getting to Google. So if you're able to pitch your sale to that, if you're able to really kind of show that you are a part of that community, that prestigious institution, that prestigious employer, people are more likely to trust you because they know how hard it is to get into that role, right? It's like if you got into the NBA or NFL, right? And people ask you for football advice or basketball advice, like, you're more or less going to trust that person because they've worked their whole life to achieve that dream and get into that association or that league. So you're like, all right, well, they did that. They actually practice what they preach. I believe them, right? There's so many times we'll hire coaches or people who've never done something, and then we're more likely to just take their advice because we're like, oh, they're a great person. We believe in them, right? But because they've never achieved X, Y, Z, it's like, can you really take their advice? Or should I just really kind of blow them off, right? For me, I've achieved this working at these large corporations and going to school at this #1 school in the world. So it was easy for me to pitch myself as someone who has achieved something in their life. And I was very proud of that, right? So 1099 income is probably one of the better ways to actually generate income for yourself, right? Through consulting, right? How do you get these 1099 jobs, right? A lot of agencies, believe it or not, will reach out to you. So look into agencies who are hiring for certain roles, like if you're a nurse, look into healthcare agencies, right? If you're a business analyst or business person, look into these agencies because a lot of companies don't have headcount to hire for a contractor or a consultant because they need help with certain projects or programs. They may be temporary or they could be long-term, just depends on what the company is and what their needs are. And if you're able to land these roles, they pay rather well, right? You can either get paid W-2 or 1099. If you go with the 1099, I do recommend that you set up a sole proprietor or an S corporation as well as a business bank account. So that way you can actually generate income and get money through that business bank account. And it'll be more tax advantageous for you rather than having the money deposited to your certain bank account. Because if you just deposit the money to the bank account, then you more or less are likely you'll be taxed a lot more, right? Don't make that mistake, right?